Please advise. If I skipped an exam and applied for Aegrotat exam, when will I write? And is it this semester or next semester? Montes is going to be next semester, ne? And then one other thing is that you need to know and understand the nature of your module. If it is a signature module, which means that you will not be granted any supplementary, unless stated otherwise. But mostly, you are not going to be granted a supplementary, or you cannot defer. Even when it comes to year modules, you cannot defer or do supplementary. I have never heard anyone saying that, unless if maybe the lectures themselves, they make certain arrangements and stuff like that. But if not so, you can't. But if it is an ordinary module, it's going to be next semester. But you need to be careful, because of even if it is a next semester, the question might be when. There's a possibility that you will mostly, this nowadays name, let me just talk about this nowadays. This nowadays, they kind of like whether you defer your examination or you fail your examination, you do qualify for supplementary. And then instead of writing it on supplementary, they used to make 2 slots. There was a supplementary time, there was an examination, normal examination time. So this nowadays, they only made 1 slot. So they have taken all deferred examinations and supplementaries to normal examinations. But there's a possibility that you might write your exam before, I'm to say your supplementary or deferred examination before the normal examination. Ne? So mostly it might be May and June or October and November. But there's a possibility that you can write before. Let me just give you an example. If maybe let's say that around October and November you wrote a certain examination but you did not do well, and then they tell you that you do qualify for supplementary, or maybe you have deferred your exam, they might say that you will write on May and June. But there's a huge possibility that around January and February, they might give you the opportunity to write your supplementary or the exam that you have deferred. So there's a possibility that you might write it before. So the most important thing is that you need to check with your lecturer what's happening and your TA. They will give you more information, and also you'll be receiving emails and announcements. So you need to make sure that you check everything, you are up to date with everything, with what's happening and stuff like that. The other thing that you need to know is that your year mark, you're going to forfeit your year mark. Even if it is high or low, you are going to forfeit it. So whatever that you'll be writing, or let me just say that any module that you have deferred, if it is out of 100, when are you writing out of 100? If it is out of 80, that 80 is going to be converted over 100, which means that if you get 2% on your exam question paper, it's going to be 2%. If you get 50% on your exam question paper, it's going to be 50%. They're not going to add the year mark. So which means that whatever that you get on the question paper is what you will get on your academic record. So you need to make sure that you study thoroughly so for this module, because of it might go 50-50 way. So don't think that if maybe you get 40%, they're gonna be like, okay, sharp, since the year mark is 100%, let's just take it and squeeze it in there and stuff like that. So just know that when you are writing that thing, your year mark is not going to be added. So you need to make sure that you pull up your socks. Ne?